ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಧ, ನಾಡಿಗೆ ರೈತ, ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ಗುರು ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾನೆ. ಅಕ್ಷರ ಕಲಿಸೋ, ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಳಿಸೋ, ಅವನೂನು ಅನ್ನದಾತಾನೆ. ತಪ್ಪು ಸರಿಯ ತಿದ್ದಿ ತಿಳಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಮಬುದ್ಧಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿತ್ತ ಶುದ್ಧಿಯಾಗೋ ಹಾದಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೇ ದೂರ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಮರಿಬೇಡ ನಿನ್ನ ಬೇರು, ನಿನ್ನ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದುವೇ ಆದಿ. ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ 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 ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ. ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಧ, ನಾಡಿಗೆ ರೈತ, ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ಗುರು ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾನೆ. ಅಕ್ಷರ ಕಲಿಸೋ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಳಿಸೋ, ಅವನೂನು ಅನ್ನದಾತಾನೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕಲಿತ ಜಾಗ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಗುರುತು ಅರಿತ ಜಾಗ, ಕನಸುಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಡೆದ ಜಾಗ, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪಡೆದ ಜಾಗ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೀಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಹಸಿವಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮೊದಲು ಕೊನೆಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಮನೆಯೇ ಮೊದಲ ಶಾಲೆ, ತಾಯಿನೇ ಗುರುವು, ತಾಯಿಗೂ ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳಿದ ಗುರುವೇ ಅರಿವು. ಎಲ್ಲ ದಾನಕ್ಕೂ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಎನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದ ದೇಶ ನಮದು, ವಿಶ್ವದ ಕಣ್ಣು. ಮುಂದೆ ಗುರಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಹಿಂದೆ ಗುರು ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಂಬಿ ನಡೆದರೆ ಸಾಕು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಬದುಕು. ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾ
The purpose of VVFGC is not just producing students with degree certificates, rather developing young men and women who are confident, smart, intelligent to redefine global standards. We are the pioneers to create history in graduation level in Tumkur by placing 300 plus students during the last academic year. Yes, Vidyavahini, the abode of innovation and creative learning, is delighted to open yet another important threshold of career opportunities and placement. This day is being dedicated to all our beloved students in order to prove their real worth and potential. So without taking much of your time, let me unveil the curtain for the most awaited event, V Disha, Connections to Your Future. It is a hallmark of Indian tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. Like the great philosopher once said, a day without prayer is a day without blessing. And a life without prayer is a life without. To begin with, let us seek the blessings and power of the Almighty through an invocation to the Supreme Being. I invite Ms. Atiti from the Department of Commerce for the same.
ಈಶ್ವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುವೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ದಿವ್ಯನಾಮ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುವೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ದಿವ್ಯನಾಮ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರದಾಯಕ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರದಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ನೀಡು ಶ್ರೀವರದಾಯಕ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಪೆ ಅನುದಿನ ಪಾವನಗೊಳಿಸೋ ಈ ಶಾಂತಿಧಾಮ ಪಾವನಗೊಳಿಸೋ ಈ ಶಾಂತಿಧಾಮ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಸುತ ಚಂದ್ರ ಸುಧಾರಕ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಸುತ ಚಂದ್ರ ಸುಧಾರಕ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಸುತ ಚಂದ್ರ ಸುಧಾರಕ ಸಂಕಟ ಹರಿಸೋ ಶ್ರೀ ಶುಭಕಾರಕ ಭವಸಾಗರವನು ದಾಟಲು ಅನುದಿನ ಸಾಧನವೇ ತವ ತಾರಕ ನಾಮ ಸಾಧನವೇ ತವ ತಾರಕ ನಾಮ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ.
Thank you, Ms. Atiti, for leading us into prayer. Welcoming is a divine gesture in every culture, and in Indian tradition, we call it Atiti Devo Bhava. I invite Ms. Sauchanya, the placement officer of VVFGC, to deliver the welcome address.
Welcoming is a divine gesture in every culture. It discloses a fullness of life and spreads fragments of magnanimity. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns the ordinary into extraordinary. It turns denial into acceptance, cause into order, confusion into clarity. It turns a man into faith, a house into a sweet home, a stranger into a friend. At this juncture, let me avail myself of this opportunity to carry out the divine virtue welcoming gathering. I request student volunteers to come forward and to welcome our founder. Next, I would like to welcome Sri Rajesh Arjun Lal Jaiswal, co-founder and CEO of We Invest and Co-Invest. Dear sir, we appreciate your openness to accept our invitation and your willingness to make recognition with your valuable presence. A warm welcome goes to the MD Pradeep Kumar sir, Secretary Rewari Group of Institution. Dear sir, we know for certain that you are the backbone of this institution. Your presence, effort, and encouragement are a great source of strength for us to move forward. Now I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Sri Prashant Kumar AP, Vice Principal, Vidyavani First Grade College. It is a sense of commitment for creating a platform for us to grow mentally and spiritually. We welcome this. Behind this preparation are great people who do common work and common labor. I would like to welcome our teaching staff, proud and achieve the highest human values. Once again, welcoming each and every one of you, and many thank you. It's been indeed a pleasure and privilege to have your annual today, and we accord you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy welcome to you as well. It is light that dispels darkness and brings hope. Let us mark the event through the traditional gesture of lighting the lamp. I request the dignitaries to officially inaugurate the event by lighting the lamp.
ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಕರುನಾಡ ದೀಪ, ಸಿರಿನುಡಿಯ ದೀಪ, ಒಲವೆತ್ತಿ ತೋರುವ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ. ಬಹುದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಮೈಮರೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವ ಕೊಳೆಯ ಕೊಚ್ಚೇವು, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಂಪು
Different people, we hear different opinions. We have people who come from different walks of life, and it's nice to see that everyone has a different story to tell. And today we have with us Mr. Rajesh Arjun Lal Jaising, co-founder and Chief Operating Officer of V Invest, as the chief guest of today's event. I request the dignitaries to take this opportunity to honor him on behalf of Vidyavahini family. Meanwhile, Ms. Veena will introduce the chief guest.
Singh has been building business platforms and delivering high-value professional services across the financial services and advertising technology domains for the last 15 years. A recipient of the Economic Times Young Leader Award in 2011, Rajesh spent his early years setting up and running business operational units for Lehman Brothers, HSBC, and Genesis, covering different regions across the Americas, Europe, and Hong Kong. As the lead of global client operations for one of the fastest growing technology firms in the US, Rajesh handled a book of business generation over $100 million in net revenues while working with clients across the Americas, specializing in the digital transformation of banks, brokers, asset managers, and insurance companies. The company is headquartered in Singapore and counts top Southeast Asian banks among its clients. Indeed, it's a privilege to have this great personality amidst us today, and I request you, dear sir, to address our students and motivate them with your success story. Thank you.
Nice warm morning, very happy about that. Thank you so much for inviting me, sir, and for having me. I want to keep it short, but I do want to make a few things very clear. A lot of you have come here to find what is essentially going to be your first step into the work life that you are going to now deal with for the next 30, 40, 50 years of your lives. A lot of that is full of anticipation. You are full of dreams. There's a lot of expectation as to what you really want to end up being. I wish you the best with that journey. But before you get into the thick of the action, I have a few things to give you from my own experiences so that it helps you work a lot better at this new journey that you're taking on. First and foremost, I would like a show of hands among this group, and it's a very unconventional question. How many of you intend to become business people in your lives? In this entire group. Okay, I have one hand, two hand, more hands coming up. Okay, more end. What about the girls? Nobody? Anybody who wants to set up a business? Not maybe now, but along the way. Okay, I'll give you the reason why I asked you this question. Whether you like it or not, every one of you is a business person. You're either setting up a business which involves capital risk, people and all of that, or you are somebody who's building the brand that is you as an individual. Everything that you do in your life, even the first job that you're going to get, my only clear advice is treat that like you are running your own business. Every one of the people that you would deal with, the boss you would get, right from your first boss, treat them not as bosses or co-workers, treat them as clients. And this is something that I hope I had learned a lot earlier in my life. Because everything that you do, even if you are being paid a salary, a fixed amount every month, you're really trying to deliver value to that other person or that company. And for that most part, whether it is fixed or variable, it really is the question of what value you're generating for that person or that company. So wherever you go, whatever you do, think of yourself as running a business. Every one of you is going to become a business person once you pass out. The difference may be in the form of income that you earn, but you would be much better off overall if you started thinking about it as a business right from the first day of work, so to say. That said, a few other things. I've seen a lot of very intelligent, accomplished, highly sensible people. They have achieved a lot in their lives. The thread has never been the same though. What you get to can be widely different for two people of the same caliber, same kind of capabilities, same backgrounds. Your life can still end up being very, very different from that other person. And I often count one factor that is different in the people who go the farthest, the people who are achieving the most. These people have one common trait: they take a lot more risk than the average individual. You could be equally intelligent, right? There are people who do not want any risk in their lives, and there are people who take a lot more risk in their lives. It doesn't have to mean you putting money up for risk, like you make money and then you risk it in a business. That's typically how people think of risk. But for me, every decision that you take is a form of risk. So people always try to take the safe path. My second piece of advice to you, after that of considering yourself as a business person, is that you should always consider risk as an important factor whenever you're making a decision. The ones that I've seen succeed the most have been people who have taken the bigger calculated risk, not the smaller ones. And that has typically worked out very well in the long term for them. Take risks that are measured. You will not be defined by one or two risks you take in your life. It is always going to be multiple things over the years that will add up, that will take you where you are. I look at my own group of folks that passed out with me from college. The difference has always been that they were open to taking much more risks and therefore went a whole lot longer and further than anybody else. Third piece is the element of variety and surprise. Be open to different kinds of experiences. Say yes when you would rather say no in scenarios where you don't know anything about the work at hand or things that you're going to deal with. Oftentimes, that could lead to more interesting outcomes rather than just picking again the safe path. Be willing to say yes even though you may not fully understand something. And this could happen right from very early in your careers. Look for roles where you get to take a lot more safer risk in your careers. When you work for a company, that is very easily possible because a company typically cushions you from serious issues or losses. And that way, when you join your first job, look for places where you're allowed to take risks. Go ahead, take those risks. Be open to the variety of experiences that you will get out of it. Say yes very clearly whenever you get such opportunities. Don't wait for somebody to force you into it. I've seen a lot of people succeed that way also, but don't wait for chance to give you that opportunity. Get yourself in the door and be open to the variety of experiences that you are going to get out of it. These three things, had I known a lot earlier in my life, I think I would have been a lot more successful, a lot more aware, and a lot more fulfilled as an individual. And that's what I hope you're able to achieve. Quickly to summarize, consider yourself a business person, take calculated, planned risks. Third, be always open to variety and experiences. I'll stop here. I'm happy to answer questions that you may have that you probably would want to get a better sense of. Some of you I know have gone through my profile, have seen some of the stuff that I have done, but happy to take questions based on what your concerns are. It could be anything. Anybody? Feel free. I think there is a mic available to pass around, so you just need to raise your hands.
Myself, Pragna Satish. So my question is like the skills we have or we are going to learn in the future, does it matter a lot in getting a job, or else like if our personality is more important or the skills that we possess is more important to get a job?
Looking for. Let me just put it out bluntly. There's close to 200 people here. Somebody decided to take the initiative. Now what does that do at this moment is everybody heard Pragna. It makes her step up. It makes her more visible. In a country as populated as India, that's what you need to be. That's more expensive than anything else in today's world, to be able to get the attention when there are a crowd of people who are equally qualified, as good as or better than you. What is it that's going to make them any different? So I'll come to that question that she's asked, which is very relevant. Are your skills important or is your personality? Your skills will probably get you your first job. It may get you your first step into the world where all you have to offer is time. Time is your only currency. I'm assuming here that I'm not accounting for whatever your family background is, whatever support you have, whatever network you have. The only thing that you have when you step into a career is time. The way you avoid depending only on time is by building a reputation for yourself, so that over a period of time that skill set that you got the job for becomes secondary. All the progress that you will make will be on the basis of the personality that you have. It depends on the risk that you take and the variety of experiences that you're open to. It does not depend purely on skill. I've seen people start with good skills. There are people who have made careers because they're exceptionally good at one thing. Those are the exceptions to this rule. Somebody could be like the fastest sprinter on the planet, right? Then you don't have any business doing anything else. You just need to be the fastest sprinter. If you have identified some skill set within you that makes you better than 99.9% of the population. And I'm not mixing words here. You have to be better than 99.9% of the population. Then skills will help you. If you're not the top 0.1% in terms of skill set in whatever you have chosen to do, all that matters is actually your attitude, personality, risk-taking, and variety of experiences that you take on. Your skills will not count. You can be top 1%, it does not count. 0.1% of the market, then it matters that you have a certain skill set. You have to be the best, essentially. Otherwise, all that matters is the amount of input you put in. It's the amount of work and hours that you put in that matters. That is what will take you forward. And when you look at it from a relative scale, personally, every individual I think can achieve their highest potential. But if you want to compare yourself, the comparison metric will always be about how your attitude and personality took you to different places and made you grow faster in your career. Because oftentimes as you grow in your career, you realize that using your immediate skill set doesn't matter anymore. It is going to be the way you manage people, the way you run a business, the way you scale something up, the way you're being bold about something. The things that we all do that is out of our comfort zones. And that's what matters. For example, I run a company called FindWealth. It's in the crypto segment. Everybody's scared about government regulations. But that's typically where most of the opportunity sits as well. You cannot grow as fast as what crypto can give you as growth in any other sector. So if you want to take that risk, you have to take on the the problem of dealing with regulations that are not yet very clear. The governments are getting there, you need to give them another 5-10 years, but when they do, you'll be the first people to have cracked this entire segment. Look for new things, look for things that will become the most part. You're trying to have to first define what is it that you want to achieve. Oftentimes people fail at doing that. You need to be very clear about where you're getting to. Once you've defined all of those pieces and you have decided that this is what I'm going to go towards, you need to start looking at what your edge or opportunity is going to be. There always needs to be something that will be different about the business or service that you offer. Do not go with what the basics, or just going with the masses and trying to do what everybody else is doing. So you need to have an edge, very important. Second part, focus on increasing revenue, do not focus on control of costs. In today's day and age, people want better quality, much higher standards, rather than just look at costs. And that is true not just for the global market, it is true for India as well. Third bit, just focus on doubling down on finding the best of people to work with you. You are not going to do this all alone. So you need the help to find the right people. Okay. I'll end my speech here. Thanks everyone.
With your thought-provoking message. A dream does not become a reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination and hard work. A man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience, and an inspiration to all of us. He is none other than Vijayaratna Sri N.D. Pradeep Kumar Sir, Secretary of Vidyavagini Group of Institutions. It's time for us to lend our ears to his words of inspiration. Over to you, sir.
V Disha 2022 ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೆ.ಬಿ. ಜಯಣ್ಣ ಸರ್. And today's function chief guest Mr. Rajesh Arjun Lal Jaising sir, principal, teachers and all the students from other colleges, the company HRs and staff. I think we had a campus interviews from last 13 years. We are conducting the campus interviews. Initially, we were conducting campus interviews like one company in a day. So we never had a group campus interviews in our college campus. Somewhere I am very proud that V Disha, they have given the branding as well. Our placement coordinator Saujanya Madam has given the branding V Disha 2022. This year we are doing a pool campus interview, and this will continue. V Disha 2022 will become 23, 24. Every year we will conduct. There is no doubt in that. This is our first pool campus interview. Somewhere initially I was reluctant to it, because when we do a pool campus interviews, you don't get a premium companies, and it gets diluted because majority of our students are like the graduates, the postgraduates. So we wanted a creamy layer of companies to come and actually recruit our students. And pool campus interviews were not up to the standards. That was one of the reasons we were not conducting it. And we were happy with the one day, one company interview standards. And until today we have done it wonderfully very well. I think last year we have made a record of 300 students getting placed in multinational companies. When I say getting placed 300 students, we have a small criteria saying that the company which comes for the campus interview should at least make a turnover of 100 crores. Somewhere I am proud to say the companies which came and interviewed from the last 13 years, they are all above 1,000 crores or 10,000 crores. All big companies actually came into Vidyavahini. And somewhere I take the pride in saying we were the first people to get Infosys, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, these companies to Tumkur, because they were not ready to come to Tumkur in 2009, 2010. We actually invited them initial days. They used to say, bring your students to Bangalore, we'll conduct a campus interview there. And we somehow convinced them that now campus interview Maddaga, we'll have the maximum footfall for you, maximum footfall koduthivi, around 700,000 mele koduthivi. Not only our students, we will invite students from other colleges in the city, we will invite students from other taluks as well. Entire Tumkur district our graduation students in there. ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ತುಮಕೂರು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 13 years ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. somewhere we are very proud that ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. Another milestone I have to mention it today on V Disha 2022. This program we couldn't have conducted unless we received the help from our first batch alumni. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು BBM ಬ್ಯಾಚಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ನಾವು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗರು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ಆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಹಳ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ್ ಲಾಲ್ ಸರ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಎಲೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಹಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೋ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ NFTs. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್. ಆ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೋಟಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಕಾರ್ಟೂನ್ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಟುಡೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೋ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್. ಐ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ ಅರೌಂಡ್, failed miserably sometimes. So, and they are the expert in it. And these are all the new technologies where they are playing. And somewhere we are lucky that our students are able to interact. Not only our students, the students from Tumkur are able to interact with a person who has got a very high vertical excellence in crypto. I was telling him, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡೋರ್ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ಇದನ್ನು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಲರ್ಟ್ ಇರೋರೇನೋ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳೋರೇನೋ, and further they would have received the knowledge. While in his speech he said a very beautiful line that I have never heard in the last 40 years, though I have worked in IT industry for 14 years. He said, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ businessmen, even if you are an employee. That's a very beautiful line. Treat your boss as a client. Try impressing, try winning his heart, try winning his the objectives and the visions. You start selling the things, ideas to him. It works wonderfully very well. I never heard this line anywhere before, because ಇವತ್ತು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಏನೇ ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ. And that's a beautiful line. I assume that it is his line, Rajesh sir line. And he gave a very good insight on the entrepreneur skill as well. You have to identify the gaps in the industry, the society ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹುಡುಕುವಂಥ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್ ಇಂದ ನಾನು ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ? You cannot address, you cannot come up with a solution, you cannot come up with the alternative, you cannot make it more efficient, you cannot be a critic on a particular solution, you do not find an improvised solution. It could be very simple thing. ಇದೊಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Somewhere I am boasting my team as well. When I asked them, they said, sir, regular pool campus interview ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮದು, everything is technical. We get them enrolled on the mobile number ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಮೊಬೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮೆಸೇಜಸ್. ದ ಆಫರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ and everything will be intimated through the mobile. This is one of such kind they said it. So this is it. To be an entrepreneur, you should figure out ಮೊದಲು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇವತ್ತು ಇನ್ನು ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಹಳೇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಯೆಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ, ಟುಡೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬೆಟರ್, ಟುಡೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ a new day, today should be a new solution, and today it should be more efficient. You should reach out more number of people, and this is how you need to think. You will definitely become a entrepreneurs in the days to come, because everybody cannot become an entrepreneur. And he also said wonderfully very well, by being an employee, by taking a lesser risk, you will have the more leverage to execute things more. You don't need to take a risk. Someone who has invested will take a risk, but you will have the leverage to execute things. That's more wonderful as well. You don't need to take up that risk as well. So those are the lines. Wonderful, sir, and I thank you a lot. You have said it wonderfully. Probably I would need it some other time in your free time. We'll have an interactive session with our students as well, so that they get the insight of it, how these IT industry, technical industries works. And I would request my alumni to help me, and I'm very thankful to them as well. ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So I just want to tell them this is an equal opportunity for everybody. There is no, we are going to be impartial, because ಇದರ ಉದ್ದೇಶನೇ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ತುಮಕೂರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು. It doesn't matter whether they belong to Vidyavahini First Grade College or some other college. We're going to keep it that way very clearly. We're going to keep it very, very impartial. In the next coming days ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ, ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಆಯಿತು, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಯಿತು, ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಾಯಿತು, and the good companies came up ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ನ ನೀವು ಪಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಟು ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ರೌಡ್. ಇಯರ್ ಬೈ ಇಯರ್ ನಾವು ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 7:30 ಬಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಮೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಭಾಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವನ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Encouragement, appreciation, and inspiration. It is not the beauty of a building one should look at. It is the foundation that will stand the test of time. Shikshana Bhishma, Shri K.P. Jaina sir, founder and president of Vidyavahini Group of Institutions, whose hard work and determination has given shape to Vidyavahini Group of Institutions. We respect his service to the society and all that he has been to us. It's time for us to lend our ears to the presidential address.
ಲಭಿಸಿದೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರೋ ಕಾರ್ಯಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಮೇಳ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ತುಮಕೂರು ರಜೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ತುಮಕೂರು ರಜೆ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲೂ ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು, ತುಮಕೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸೆ. ಐ ಟಿ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು. ಬೇರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ತುಮಕೂರು, ಕೋಲಾರ, ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದೊಂದು ಗೃಹ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೀಪಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೋಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮದು ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂದರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ 15 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಲಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರು ಅಂತ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಗೆ ಅದಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಐ ಟಿ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಫೈನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಐ ಟಿ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಥರ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವೀರಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಇಂಡಿಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶಂಕರ್ರಾವ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅವರು ಗುಂಡೂರಾವ್ ಸಿ ಎಮ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ರೈತ ಶಂಕರನ್ನ ಇವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಒಂದು 5 ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ನ 5 ಭಾಳ ಒತ್ತಡ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ 5ರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಬಂದು ಆ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು 5 ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಕೋಲಾರ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ತುಮಕೂರು ನಮ್ಮದು, ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರು, 5 ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಡಳಿತರದ್ದು ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಕೂಟರ್ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಒಂದು 10 ಅಂತ ಸ್ಕೂಟರ್ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಕೂಟರ್ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿಗೆ 2 ಹುಟ್ಟು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅವನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೈಟು ಸ್ಕೂಟರ್ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು 10,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಿರುಗಾಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರೋಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋರು ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಿಬಿಡೋದು ಸದಾಜಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾಹಿನಿ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಬೇಗ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಬಿ ಎಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವ ಸತ್ಯ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಆಶಿಸ್ತಾನೆ.
For your motivational words. Gratitude is an attitude of beatitude. At this juncture, our hearts are brimming over with a sense of gratitude and thankfulness. I request Miss Amulya, Assistant Professor of English, to propose the word of thanks.
And pleasant morning to our most valued President of the event, Chief Guest, Secretary of Vidyavahini Group of Institutions, Vice Principal, HRs from various companies, respected colleagues, and my beloved students. To quote Theodore Roosevelt, far and away the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard and work worth doing. To mark his words, we have gathered here today to transform a student into a professional by organizing V Disha 2K22 Connections to Your Future, a job fair organized by Vidyavahini First Grade College in association with Getlet and Magic Bus. I, Miss Amulya Ji, Assistant Professor of English, is proposing a vote of thanks for this mega event with pride. First and foremost, I would like to thank Shikshana Bhishma, Shri K.B. Jayana. Thank you for your presence, sir. Let me now launch Jaising, co-founder and chief operating officer of Coinwell, and we would like to thank Vijayaratna Shri N.B. Pradeep Kumar sir, Secretary, Vidyavahini Group of Institutions, for standing up with us in organizing the event. A heartfelt thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call for being our immense support and guidance in organizing this event. Thank you, dear sir. I extend a bouquet of gratitude to all my beloved students for your presence on this occasion. Once again, thanking each and every one of you, I remain thank you.
Finally, as we inch towards the end of the formal function, I would once again thank all of you. We are truly glad by your presence and cooperation. We hope that V Disha 2K22 connections to your future will be a boon for our blooming buds to look forward to new horizons with new hopes. Thank you again and again. Here is an announcement for you. You will have 10 minutes break. Meanwhile, I request all the HRs to take your respective locations, and students as well. You will go back to your respected canopies where you would like to get interviewed. And those students who have not yet enrolled, please make sure that the 2 canopies which are placed at the entrance is meant for registration. So please make sure you get enrolled yourself and attend the interview. Thank you. Thanks to everybody.
Kumar from HDFC General Insurance Company Limited, and we here approached for a job fair opportunity with our Honorable Principal, and we got a very good candidates here in that very good candidates and all the things in the sense what we expected more than the people are given. I mean, candidates are here. So we unexpectedly get the opportunity here to conduct an interview here with the help of our principal and then and the arrangement and as well our requirement as to
Yeah, it is excellent. Excellent, and almost we have received 20 resume, and out of 20 shortlisted is a 4. It's a good organization. Good, thanks for your lot of support.
We are very happy to have the candidates from your college.
Thank you. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the giving this opportunity for attending the candidates. So this is a good event for us. So we have hired for what we want. Okay. So we are hiring now 8 students shortlisted. So this is such a wonderful event. Like
okay. So it's job fair ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. Okay. So all students ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. So students ಅಲ್ಲಿ and selected total members and packing members. Okay. So already selection 6 members and reject 7 members. Okay. So arrangements ಎಲ್ಲ okay. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
Thank Mr. Ram Kumar, Managing Director of Senior Management. Thank you all attending in the name of Vikarami Group of Institution. I request Kushal Kumar sir to hand over the bouquet and memento as a token of appreciation. Association with you, sir. Thank you.
I am Bhavani. I am studying in BCA 6th semester at Vidyavani First Aid College. Gateway organized job fairs in Vidyavani First Aid College. Really, it's very helpful for our students. Not only our students, other students also it's very helpful, and we can select more number of companies here to give interview. We have more job opportunities here. We can select and go to more number of companies, and we have more options here. Thank you GetLed, thank you for giving this opportunity, and thank you Vidyavahini College for organizing GetLed job fairs in this moment. I am really thankful. I am really happy. Thank you GetLed team, and thank you Vidyavahini College, placement officers and job HRs. Thank you so much who gathered here all. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I am Srikanth from BCom department, Vidyavani First Aid College. ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಜಾಬ್ ಫೇರ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಜಾಬ್ ಫೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ನೂ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಥರ ನಮಗೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಂಥ ಸೌಜನ್ಯ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾವನಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್, thank you, and not teaching staff, thank you so much. Thank you GetLed, thank you.
extension of V Disha, campus. We have companies from all over Bangalore recruiting the final year students and PG and UG students of our college and others. It was very fun and educational event for us because we got to see how the recruitment and interview process takes place. It will help us in our future recruitment as we face it next year. I would like to thank the management staff, the teachers and the principal of Vijayan College. Thank you, Genlek, and thank you, Vijayan, for